A promise to keep. In a small village surrounded by green hills and calm rivers, there lived a young boy named Tom. He was about 12 years old, with bright eyes full of dreams and a smile that could light up a room. He lived with his grandmother, who everyone called Grandma May. His parents had passed away when he was a baby, and Grandma May had raised him with love and kindness. Tom and his grandmother didn't have much money, but their little wooden house was always clean and filled with laughter. Every morning, Tom would help Grandma May tend to the garden, feed the chickens, and carry water from the well. In the evening, they would sit under the big tree in front of their house, and Grandma May would tell stories from her younger days. These were Tom's favorite moments. One evening, after a long day, Grandma May held Tom's hand and said softly, "Tom, promise me something." Tom looked at her, surprised. "Promise me that no matter what happens, you will always be kind, and you will never give up, even when life gets hard." Tom nodded. "I promise, Grandma," he said without hesitation. She smiled and hugged him tight. That night, Tom went to bed with those words in his heart. A few weeks later, Grandma May fell ill. At first, it was a light fever, but soon she couldn't get out of bed. Tom did everything he could. He cooked, cleaned, and took care of her. He went to the village healer, who gave him herbs and told him to keep her warm. But day by day, her health got worse. One rainy morning, she held Tom's hand tightly and whispered, "Remember your promise." Then she closed her eyes and didn't wake up. Tom sat by her side for hours, not crying, just silent. The house felt empty without her. The village helped with the funeral, and many people came to say kind words about Grandma May. But after that, they all went back to their lives, and Tom was alone. Life became hard for him. He was still a child, but he had to care for himself. He tried to keep the garden growing and the house clean. He sold eggs from the chickens to buy food. Some people in the village helped, but many simply looked away. Still, Tom remembered his promise. He stayed kind. He didn't complain. He didn't give up. Months passed. Tom grew taller and stronger, but he still missed Grandma May every single day. Sometimes he would sit under the tree where they used to talk, close his eyes, and whisper, "I haven't broken my promise, Grandma." One winter, the river near the village overflowed, and water flooded many homes. Tom's house was not damaged, but many others were. He could have stayed inside and protected what little he had, but instead, he ran out to help. He carried old blankets to families sleeping in the school building. He shared eggs and vegetables from his garden with those who had none. People started to notice. An old man named Mr. Harris, who had once ignored Tom, came to him with tears in his eyes. "I watched you grow, Tom," he said, "and I never helped. But now I see your strength. You kept your promise." Tom smiled but didn't say much. He didn't help for praise. He helped because it felt right. As the years passed, Tom became known for his kind heart. Whenever someone was in trouble, he was the first to help. He fixed broken roofs, planted trees, and taught younger kids how to care for animals. He never asked for money. He only asked that they help someone else in return. "Kindness spreads," he would say, "like light in the dark." One day, a man from the city visited the village. He was looking for land to build a new school. The village had no proper schoolhouse, and the children studied under trees or in old sheds. Tom welcomed the man and showed him around. When the man saw how the villagers worked together, and how Tom helped everyone, he was deeply moved. "This is the kind of place that deserves something good," the man said. He spoke to people in the city, raised funds, and returned with building plans. A few months later, workers came to the village, and with the help of the people, they built a beautiful new school. The man named it May's Promise School, in honor of the woman who raised the boy who never gave up. Tom was shocked when he saw the name. He stood in front of the building, tears in his eyes. The memory of Grandma May filled his heart. "I kept my promise," he whispered. The school changed the village. More children stayed and learned. More people visited. And Tom? He became the head teacher. He didn't have a formal degree, but he taught what he knew: reading, writing, math, and most of all, kindness, responsibility, and courage. Years later, when Tom was a grown man, children would gather around him and ask for stories. He would tell them about Grandma May, about hard days and small acts of love. He told them that one promise, made with love, can change the world. Tom never forgot where he came from. He never stopped helping others. His house was still simple, his clothes still plain, but his heart was rich. People from other towns came to learn from him. Writers told his story. But Tom remained the same boy who once whispered under a tree, "I promise." When he grew old and gray, Tom still sat under that same tree. His voice was softer, and his hands were slower, but his spirit was strong. One afternoon, a little girl named Lily, who loved to sit with him, asked, "Mr. Tom, what is the most important thing in life?" Tom smiled and said, "To keep your promise. Especially the ones you make with your heart." And when Tom passed away, the entire village mourned him like family. They built a bench under his favorite tree and carved into it, "A promise kept is a light that never goes out."